Shalom, family. Glory be to God, and blessed be the Lamb. You know, I used to fall asleep every night listening to the book of Revelation. I could repeat it to you almost verbatim. I've done this dozens of times. Dozens. Fell asleep listening to the book of Revelation. Night after night after night after night. When I tell you I could repeat it almost verbatim, I wouldn't be falling short. I've heard it so many times. It tells your story. It tells my story. It tells God's, and it tells the devil's. So, but tonight I want to make sure that every word is spoken as it is written in the King James Version of the Bible. The book of Revelation, book of Revelation 18. And this is a very old Bible. I think that the print date was 1947 or something. It's pretty old. It's before they learn how to lie as well as they can now. Now they are expert liars. They come up with terms like plausible deniability, stuff like that. That's expert lying. In the country I live in, a man went to court, sued for his right to lie, and won. Man, if I had pearls, I would have clutched them. I thought better of the United States. Little did I know it was evolving into something else. The United States of America. And I had an epiphany. I mean, it's strange because after thinking about it for a very long time, they're trying to wrap my legal mind around United States of America, anything of something. That's almost like, and only, I mean, it's just an epiphany. Correct me if I am wrong, but the only way you could actually understand it is that America gave birth to the United States, maybe. Am I close? I mean, because legally I could not wrap my head around it, but anecdotally I can see it. Maybe when we were all off to work or doing stuff, this country was giving birth to a whole nother country. Interesting. That's an interesting concept. We just didn't know it. We even missed the birth pains. I mean, we don't know how she got to the hospital, who took her there, or nothing. I mean, we just looked up and there she was. She just appeared on the horizon. And for all you women who think, there he goes, always, no, people call, in my parlance, we refer oftentimes to nation states as she. I don't know why. It was kind of like there when I got here. So when they started, for a long time now, nation states are sometimes regarded to as she. And she has lost her damn mind. Babylon the Great has fallen. Babylon is fallen. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily, and with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, scholars for years have debated over and gave over who and what Babylon is, because they understand that the book of Revelation is a futuristic book detailing the end of things. So obviously, it's futuristic depending on what scholar and what era they were trying to figure it out. And they were trying to figure it out so bad that they called it Mystery Babylon. Mystery Babylon is what they started calling it. But I knew back in '94, and I asked someone this, and they was of a cloth. I said, "Is not America Babylon?" And he was startled. He was taken aback. And he looked at me and he said, "Son, I don't think so." Well, a man of the cloth living where he lives that fit the description as I just put forth in the Holy Bible, KJV version, print date 1947. Before they learned how to lie and hide things. And see, there's two ways of lying. There's the overt lie, means they're lying with their tongue. And then there's the other kind of lie, when they know the truth but they don't tell you. We call that a lie by omission. I think we can make it stick. I think we can make it stick. So just imagine hundreds of years of this added. I mean, you ever seen a country go from its people drawing water out of the ground in 1970 using buckets and pumps all the way to TV sets and cell phones and satellites and everything in between, just like that, in one lifetime? Less than 60 years, less than 50 years, as if you really are that smart. You don't get this stuff? You ain't never asked yourself, why is it that the technology stops? Right at AI, cell phones. How long have we had this ability to store data, store information? 20 years now? 20 years? First they brought you chips, and then they brought you microchips, and then they brought you microprocessing of the microchips. and now they stick them all together on one big board, and they give you something called a smartphone, a device. But I am so off what I really want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to my understanding. No, I'm lying already. I've understood it a minute now. America is falling. And the description that I put forth is the description of a fallen America. Many countries will weep. Many of them will cry, because all of them have fed off of the wine of the wrath of America. All of them. I should become a pastor. I need to become a pastor, but then they just gonna come and burn my church down. That's what they gonna do. The first time I put up a tent, it's gonna be assassination attempt. Somebody in the crowd. I'll have to have security after the hoopla. I have to check my bottle of water. It's just not feasible. It's just, at least not yet. First, we gotta put them back in their place. Apparently, they're out of their place. And guess what? For the second time in 2 years, I've been attacked, spiritually attacked. I mean, it felt like a lead weight in my chest. And you know what? I remember the first couple of times. This happens over years. I don't even know. I keep saying, why do you even do that anymore? If it was meant to cause a heart attack well, it didn't. It just made me feel really anxious and made me look at you and feel the heat off you. You were almost smoldering. I could feel the heat off of you. You was fresh out of hell. I mean, fresh out of hell. Still hot. Shit, man. I could smell the sulfur as they walked by. I thought somebody was striking matches. I was about to call the fire department. This is no place to strike matches. But then I looked. Oh. You. Almost the devil himself, incarnate, walking his ass around, grabbing people by their chest, causing what have to be physical ailment in some people. Man, y'all be careful out there. I'm stronger than you. You know this, man, listen here. Be careful. There's people out there, what you call the people, which is just a legal term, but there are people out there who have in them or have this power to harm you physically. I recommended earlier baseball bats, but we got to get the law to catch up to the situation. See, and that's the problem here. At least that's half the problem. The law has not caught up to the situation. That's what's going on. The politics haven't caught up to the situation. It's right there. It's right there. See? It's right there. Right before your eyes. But you don't want to see it because you feed off of it. You gain from it. And seemingly, you're willing to go to hell. You're willing to do anything to maintain what you have acquired or and you don't believe in nothing. At this point, you can't believe in nothing but me. If the devil is still talking to you, that's not the devil. That's some errant spirit having fun fucking with you. He would never talk to you. Who are you to think the devil is going to talk to you? For real? For real. And besides, he's busy right now. He's busy. But trust me, young man, young lady, old lady, I don't mean to bust your bubble here, but the devil would never talk to you. Maybe a demon, maybe a spirit, but the devil is high-ranking. And even in his book, they were kind of just there for the taking and the using, like he's doing now. Like he's doing now, which is a nice segue, because through this method of using you like he is now, you have managed to be taken over, be completely taken over by what I just mentioned in Revelation 18. Every wild bird, spirit, devil, anything you can think of exists right here in America. And not only that, some would even call it existing. I mean, that's some kind of swine behavior, pig behavior. And like a pig, they wallow in it. They wallow in it. And in the meantime, while they're busy enjoying the mud on a hot day, and their takings and acquisitions, that is so fucking funny to me. I mean, are you really willing to die and go to hell for stone floors? I mean, because, goodness gracious, you haven't given such value to a larger and larger, man, what kind of cycle we got going here? Let me see if I can get this here. Man, I don't even want to do this here because you're going to get mad at me. I mean, you already aggravated. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let me see if I can put this. Let me see. Well, I'm going to give you my understanding. And don't get upset with me. Don't get upset. Listen. So, you want man more money to buy a shiny house and a more shinier car that would attract a mate that's looking for those very things. Would I be correct? Which requires ever enlarging amounts of the same cycle. Would I be right? At least that's the way it would be set up. But what if something happened? What if something happened, and maybe or maybe not that shit there that I just described is supposed to be? I don't know. But in a normal world, it would work. But this is not a normal world, and we all know it. We all know it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This lady made me feel like I had a lead in my chest. But it was not a lead. It was her. I'm looking over at her like, lady, what have you been doing? Have you been fucking around with eye of newt and smoky stuff? And what you been smoking anyway? And you are literally, I'm looking, you carried around 20 pounds of extra spirit. Just standing there, I can see that. In other, don't make me be mean. Like I said, I mean, goodness gracious, my heart goes out to you. My heart really goes out to you. Someone failed you, and then you failed you. And now you're officially fucked and marked. Damn, you marked. I mean, jeez, God's little monsters ain't gonna have no problem finding you. You almost glow, and you can smell. I can smell you a mile. I mean, goodness gracious, I'm exaggerating about the mile, but I can damn sure feel your ass a good damn distance. A good damn distance. Y'all be careful out there. Guard your hearts and guard your spirits, because they want access. I mean, and they are exceptionally angry when they just can't access you and make you to go and get butt naked and have sex with the nearest tree. I mean, because that's what they would do to me. I could only imagine what they would do with my body. God damn. They would have me out there hooked on God knows what and having sex in public with the oak tree as the popo driving by, trying not to see it because I'm going to burn his eyes out. I ain't got no clothes on, and I'm bloody as hell because I'm letting this oak tree have it. Oh, man. You have to laugh somewhere, man. You don't like that kind of humor, do you? That's why I laugh by my damn self. See, that's why I laugh by myself. I have to laugh at my own shit. Some people just don't get it. But sometimes even the spirits get it, and they'll let me know that they got it, and it is funny as hell. But this is a hard audience here. This is one tough-ass audience. It's hard to make them smile. It's hard to make them smile because they're too busy trying to kill everything, destroy everything. They ain't got time for no goddamn smiling, or no preaching, or no understanding, or no logic, or pretty much any goddamn thing else that's built on any foundation actually put there at the service of God. Now you can tell them I said it. This is why they should pay me money. Pay me money. I didn't write none of that shit down. You're just spilling out of me like an overfilled wine cup. And there's more. And there's more. So what do we have here? You have a country completely taken over by a certain... What did I tell you last summer? Your government is one big cult. One big-ass cult. Not to mention, before I even get to where I'm going, you are a nation full of soothsayers, shazammers, warlocks, card readers, candle burners, conjurers, concoctioners, ritualistics, demigods, false gods. Goodness gracious. And they'll do this while they, at this point, are under flat-out attack, and they insist that they be allowed to do what they did today. It would have probably, man, the feeling I felt today would have really harmed someone weaker. I'm telling you. You would have went to crush. They should be put down like an animal. You would have been clutching your chest, thinking that you having a fucking heart attack. Lucky for you that you're in the right place, or right next door to it, the emergency center. And they would have thought that you were having at the very least an anxiety attack, if not a heart attack. They would have grabbed your ass, threw you on the goddamn gurney, cut your clothes off of you, and expose your nakedness. While they hooked up little wires to you. while the spiritual world laugh its ass off. And some of them are doing it, no, but they just doing their job. You see the trick? It is funny, ain't it? Man's life is beset on all angles and by all fucking quarters. Never a peaceful moment. That's what the books say. Man's life is almost an act of vanity itself. Now that's what I say. That's what I say. I can't understand why man ain't just, Lord, this is audio. So ride with me a minute. Now I can't understand. It made me understand why Adam tried to continuously break his bones. You driving people to break their bones. I mean, living in this shit. I mean, if you ain't born in it, or like me, I kind of missed the memo because I was overseas and I missed a little spell of the memo. They forgot that there was people overseas that they wasn't indoctrinating like they was indoctrinating the people in fucking America. And so when I came home, it was a bit of a fucking culture shock. And I hadn't even got spiritual yet. This was just right off the button culture shock. Where the hell am I? This ain't how we left it. No, it ain't how we left it. Forevermore. For nevermore. No, we made it something else. But in the meantime, and in the effort to create this dystopia, maybe? What do you call this shit? A dystopia? What is this? I mean, I keep saying that you're trapped somewhere between out and out feudalism, and it's going to get more and more out and out as time goes on. In fact, it's going to be authoritarianism, fascism, and feudalism, meaning they're going to give you based on who you are or what you're willing to give up, what they want you to have. Almost like it is right now. Now, isn't it? Tell the truth and shame the devil. How many people in this country have gave it up to get where they is? And the funny thing is, they still believe they have a right to be there. I guess, well, it's the devil world. They do. I mean, you know, it's under reconstruction or come hell or high water, literally. But they're right. You're right. Ask for burgers. Moving on. You have been taken over by a satanic, cult-like entity that believe in the devil. Now, this belief in the devil is very real. This belief has occupied every position of power in one way or the other, either by occupying it or by influencing it throughout this country from top to bottom. Stop. Stop right there. Think about that a minute. This entity have managed to position itself into every position of power and authority and influence in this country. This entity controls fully 60% or is it 6%? Anyway, a whole lot of media. And immediately, what do we see? An attempt at influencing your minds as if it's their minds. I want you to think this. And if this doesn't work, then I might even have to come kill you. Or to chase you around. Put one of the alphabet agencies on you. Or one of the irregular soldiers on you. We're going to have to do something. Dude, they have tried to kill me 6 times. I'm talking about, oh goodness, congratulations. That's got to be a fucking, and I'm cursing. I'm trying to get out of that. At one time I did get out of it, but I was driven right back into it. Because America is different. It's different. Goodness gracious, man. They are the devourers of self. Anyway, you have been taken over. Completely taken over. Lucky for you, even at that, he's losing, meeting the real culprit, the devil. The devil. Side note, living people, you have to be, I'm going to get back to it, you have to be very careful. Understand that the people around you are not like you. And that means any situation that they are in can be manipulated by the enemy. Heads up. Heads up. You got to develop this ability to see all possibilities. All of them. That's why they call men like me smart. They also call men like me leader. Anyway, back to what I was saying earlier. Now, this entity, the devil, who has managed to create an entire government from top to bottom, controlled by organized, other God-believing cults. End of discussion. End of discussion. They go by many names. I don't want to call any of their names until I am ready to crush them. Then I'll call their names, and I shall crush them. I shall crush them. That sounds good to me. Living people, how does that sound to you? They all said, yay. Rolls right off the tongue. We shall crush them. They say that they believe in this God and this God and that God and this God and this God and that God and that God and this God and this God, and they all exist under the controlling and influencing umbrella of the devil. Ergo, every foul bird, every demonic spirit, every demon. Now, I'm going to tell you, in the midst of all of this, there is turmoil. There is, and then you got the Christians. Where you stand at? Where you stand at? Y'all ain't going to have no, you know what they told me? Back in 2020, I think, 21, somebody had passed by me and they said that, man, my life can get weird. And they said, dude, you going to own the church. That's what they said. You going to own the church. Now, I didn't reply. No, because I didn't want the church. I'm not even getting involved in that. But look what's going on. They're giving me the church. I mean, they're saying, please, take it out of our hands. There's nothing we can do. I mean, allow me to explain and to extrapolate here. I mean, analyze this situation. Because apparently there's sect after sect after sect of Christianity. First you got Baptists. And I'm not going to name them all. I'm just going to give you the gist of it. Baptist, Southern Baptist, Protestant, Can I stop there? Please? Please? Because it's about 11 of them, at least. Now, what really happened? A man got upset and did not have perfect agreement with the other man as per what Scripture meant. Neither one of them was actually willing to take it as it is written, because in their arrogance, God's word needs interpretation. I read it pretty straightforward. That makes me dangerous. I don't try to take nothing out or read nothing into it. If the Holy Bible has said, rise up and kill 613 of that man's cause, go up the street, and then there's a crazy man begging for change, only need you to cut his throat too. Then down the street there's a mansion. Yeah, they thought they got. See, all that would happen because it is written. It is written. And you would think I was crazy, but I would bring my Bible in as evidence. And you would think that it is crazy. But it would be right there. It is written. And we'd have a huge ass argument. This is no place for religion. Sir, I don't practice religion. Hell, I don't really believe in it except for you. I believe in it for you. Do it look like I need religion? Hell, I lost my religion, along with everything else I lost. They made a song about it too. Losing my religion. I lost the hell out of it. Or was it taken? Either way, it's no longer with me. I now believe. I now am. I no longer have faith. I am. No need for faith. So you've been taken over. And what has taken you over has attacked Christianity. Now, what do they believe? On the one side, you have the Christians that swear by holy hell that they believe in the second coming of Jesus. Except, if you come like this here, though, I mean, him want answers, him want justice, him want fairness. Well, I mean, that must be that other Jesus. Tell him that we're not home. And we don't believe in that one. We believe in the other one. Should I tell you? I'm not going to tell you about that Jesus. That's not a Jesus. Well, yes, it is. This America is Babylon. He would fit right in the big scheme of things. Where all the foul and vile birds live, and the habitation of demons and dwellings of spirits and stuff like that. He fit right in. But understand, that wasn't him. If you don't get this, and you do get it, who we fooling? You can't get past your bullshit. Someone has to hold their hand, and it won't be me. But you can't get past your bullshit. Generation after generation after generation of being taught bullshit. You had to justify your own right to do whatever you do, when you do. You had to justify your own right to exist and do what you do. And the only way that you could do it, and why did you even need God? Damn it. Some countries man, listen here. Countries are going to go two ways. To the devil or to God. This is one of the few that started out, like it or not, but I knew better. I knew better. Some habits just die hard. Some habits are hard to get rid of. Some habits are bone marrow deep, to the point that it can become cultural in their understanding, because it is taught at the kitchen table. It's taught at the fathers and mothers and grandmothers' knee, and then reinforced by the rest of society and a social order and social structure in which they themselves created. Why wouldn't they believe that Jesus existed? But he didn't. It's just a rendition. Now, many would say, it doesn't matter about the color of Jesus. Well, you know what? You lie. It absolutely matters. Especially, I gotta take pause. Hold on. I wish I had a bottle of water. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, man. Let's get back to what I was saying. You've been taken over. Living people. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the other also, and to world leaders, and to generals, and to presidents, and premiers, and kings. I'm talking, and they all hear me. Every senator, every congressman, all of them hear me. And it's too late. I will tell them, no, if you want to save yourself at this point, you need my ass. And you need to get over this idea that it's going to get better. And please, stop sending people to... What was he trying to do? I mean, it's funny because a couple of years back, I would have took that shit so fucking personally. And I couldn't help but notice that they always pick a safe area where they know that you won't just smash that ass. See, you're not going to just smash them because there's witnesses. And you'll see one story, but you don't know the backstory. The backstory is this son of a bitch is full of demons, and now I have to do what I got to do. I have to punch, elbow, stab, chokehold, hit with the chair, shove a water bottle down, I wasn't going to say nothing bad, down their throat. I got all the kinds of stuff to do here. I mean, it's going to get ugly. And then you're going to want to be charging me with aggravated assault. I mean, it's just an assault. But you're going to make it aggravated because I tried to hit him with everything inside the room. And you're going to call that the culmination of how many objects did he hit him with? 13? That has to constitute at least one weapon. Damn. I mean, he snatched the lady's purse and hit the dude with the purse. And what did you have in your purse? Damn, you opened a cut. That was one heavy-ass purse. I mean, he didn't give a damn about nothing. What do young people call it? He crashed out. And now he's charged with some form of assault and battery. But in reality, they struck first. But I'm moving ahead of myself. That's like a digression. It's mundane. I'm just saying, man, you guys be careful out there. Living people, they hate you. God-fearing people, they hate you. And remember what the rule is. You don't have to do anything wrong these days. Stay prayed up. We getting in those times where apparently they gonna go all the way. There are those amongst the devil's union that have decided that they gonna actually go toe-to-toe with the Almighty. And we gonna have to oblige them. So be careful out there. They shall be striking at you. This is the third time or second time in 2 years that I've been hit with what felt like a damn energy weapon, except they felt when they walked by, they felt, was that an energy weapon? Am I just blowing stuff out of freaking proportion? It wasn't even you spiritually. Are you just a blank? Because as I'm speaking, they do have energy weapons like that in the hands of an American. I felt it from helicopters, local helicopters. That's a damn shame that you treat your, but I'm not a citizen. And you help me prove that. Who attacks their own citizens while calling themselves citizens and demanding that they respect everyone else as if they're citizens just like him? I need a drink. Y'all gonna drive me back to Jose. I'm telling you, it's been a year now. I mean, me and Jose, you know, I bought a pint last Christmas Eve. You know, I rode around with that shit. I could have went to jail. I rode around with that shit open in the back of the goddamn vehicle for 3 months. And the last sip I had, I didn't even finish the bottle. It made me sick as a dog. And I'm like, okay, Lord. Okay. I just thought I would try. Nope. I said what I said. I need you to have a clear mind. Because you're going to have to do some things. And we're going to have to do some things. Because these people are stark raving mad. Stark raving mad. to the point that they have given their country up while calling themselves Christian to a theology and an ideology and a religion, quote unquote. Or is it a race? Is it a religion? Is it a ethnicity? Is it a culture? I don't even know what to call them anymore because they're all over the map. You can't even say their names. And at this point, it's almost denigrating to have their names even roll off my lips. I done got big in my pants. It is an abomination for me to speak their name. Whew! You talking about a reduction in being. It is an abomination for me to even speak their names. However, where were we? Protecting one's self against the truth while you control a narrative and try to control everybody else's mind so you can continually do what you do. And I still got 18 minutes left. Let me annoy you another 18 minutes. So, let me get this straight. You have a faith, a religion that hates Jesus, which is the cornerstone of your religion. Hold them up. Hold it up. And you believe that has nothing to do with race here. Be it black Jesus or white Jesus. You just don't make no sense. And this is why you need intervention. It's like you on some kind of dope. What are you on? Is it in the hospitals? I mean, is it in the libraries maybe? Maybe it's on the university campuses. Something's harming you. But anyway, so you believe that to get to heaven, and I may be being presumptive, I would think that the objective is to get to heaven and pass Judgment Day. Okay. Now, you have a theology as Christians with Jesus as the cornerstone, the bringer of the truth and holder of the word, and quite frankly, as far as your ass is concerned, the only way into heaven as a Christian. The rest of them ain't figured it out yet. They still think that they can worship. Well, no, it's two groups. I'll be fair. It's two groups. One group thinks that I just don't like that nigga Christian shit, and we will never. As if someone asked them, this is madness. You say things that you say what's in your heart. I seen in big bold letters flash across my screen on YouTube. We will never worship a black Jesus. Have a black Jesus ever asked your ass to worship him? Where did that come from? Ain't no black Jesus said, bow down unto me, I am black Jesus. Wow. That's what's in your heart. Okay, fine, jeez. And it's a lot of people like that. They speak without motivation. They want to feel this way and express it so badly that first they'll wait on the motivation, as in black Jesus said, hey, you, that's not black. And that one that might be black. You got to worship me. And if you don't, I'll be bringing thunderings and wrath. Have that ever happened or freaking occurred? No. In fact, I've done just the opposite. I've laid bare your beliefs. I've laid bare your gods. I've laid bare your faith. Back to what I was saying. Oh, and that's why I should have brought a water. I should have brought a water or something, man. It's ridiculous. So, Jesus being the cornerstone, and you and these people, faith, race, ethnicity, or culture, or belief, or religion, whatever the hell they is, maybe I put them letters together and we can create for ourselves a synonym that will represent them properly and with honor and respect. One that they would find not anti-Semitic. We'll work on that. We'll work on that. So, they hate the cornerstone of your religion to the point that they say that your cornerstone is on fire and covered in its own excrement. What an abominable thing to say. However, they have no evidence of this. Again, they speak from their heart. This is their hatred. This is their bitterness toward what the truth is. Because the truth is the light, and the light is God. And guess what? God knows Jesus. Ain't that something? God knows Jesus. We are so unwilling to have the argument about the Trinity, and if it's Jesus' son, God didn't need a partner. We done with that shit. Believe what you want to believe. Just believe something that keeps your ass alive long enough to understand, and you go to heaven. So, they hate your Jesus, and you allow politicians mixed with religion to tell you that it is of an imperative that you support people who do the things that we've seen them do and we've all bore witness to over the last couple of years as they murder what God loves, children. Start right there. You have to support their murder of children to go to heaven, because if you don't, God will surely ask you about that lack of support for their murder of children. Ain't that something? Do that even sound regular, Bubba? I mean, you've even developed a whole nother sect, Christian Zionism. What the hell? You know what your problem is? You just can't get past you. Why you gotta be religious? Why do you have to bother everybody else's religion? You really don't believe in shit. First you're over here, then you're over there, then you're over here, and then you're over there. You don't believe in shit, man. This is why, man, screw that whole topic. Let's go back to what I talked about earlier. You have been taken over. You are incapable of making decisions for yourselves at this point. You are. Now, I'm not speaking as your father, as your pastor, as your big brother, or nothing in freaking authority. You are incapable of making the right decision that would advance your species and your bloodlines at this point. Damn. You don't feel it? You don't see it? I mean, be for real. I mean, so, again, man, you aren't confusing. You what I call unorthodox. And you're not like I used to play dominoes and chess in an unorthodox manner. You live an unorthodox life. I mean, there is no set pattern. There is no logic. You act against yourself. You do things that would only make you disliked or harmed. You don't see the pattern? You don't see the pattern? That what species does that and expects survival? Not just, I mean, let's just be real a minute. Mother Nature itself have wiped out whole species when they become unneeded. Let's just be clear. But even that, at this point, at least 50 audios, I've done about 400, closer to 5, and I'm still doing them. It's like I'm repeating myself. It's like I'm just fresh running out of words. And I know why. Because what ails you has the capability of blocking you from hearing what I'm saying. What do you want me living? Listen to me close. What do you want me to do with that? Act within it and act like it's not there? Hell, I would love to do the number of people involved in different kinds of ritualistic religious acts in this country. I'd love to know. And it's apparent. I mean, think about this one. I worship Baal, the storm god. Now, who the real storm god? Me. So where did Baal come from? How did Baal become from a piece of wood, a stone object, out of someone else's head to becoming a storm god and didn't cause or stop one storm? And you want me to be, I am the storm god, and you want me to respect you? What the fuck? Man, you almost made me curse. I was almost on a roll. 30 minutes with no curse words. But it's people like you that'll drive the profanity right out of a man. Right out of a man. Because you're serious. There's two kinds of conversations. It's the kind of conversation that, okay, we're having a debate. And yeah, you are serious, but then they're serious, in that you really do believe in the face of the fucking truth, in the face of the reality. This is why I got to start to checking your drawer, looking for drugs. Stealing the hair follicles out of your combs and brushes and rushing them to the drug lab because you're on something. Tell me that you're on something. Tell me it's the booze. It's not the booze, is it? And it ain't the drugs, is it? You don't know what the fuck it is. But you do know something is fucking wrong if you're on the opposite side of God that is stating quite clearly what he's going to do through a being that has somehow supernatural, superhuman abilities to where I could scream in your head if I but wanted to and give you something just north of a nosebleed. And yet you play this game. I am preaching to the choir. That's what some of these pastors do. Some of these pastors, one of the 10,000, I'm sure that them people with no name is trying to enlist, as I speak, to further corrupt your religion and your faith, Christian. What can the Jesus hater teach the pastors of Christianity? They want you to love them over Jesus and to support them. Man, y'all do what you got to do. I suggested that you exercise logic. And remember, our goals are clear. To save those people and kill everybody else. I'm being clear. What damn more do I got to do? This is why you have to save one for yourself, folks. I'm telling you this. All you would-be warriors, I'm damn serious. When the shit go down and you fighting off the zombie goddamn herd, because at some point, they're going to go mindless. They're going to go ape shit mindless. Just like I said earlier, they're going to do stupid shit like organize in rank and file on the ground like somebody playing with them. They're going to do this shit, man. They're going to do it. And none of them will have any military training. A bunch of fucking volunteers trying to keep order in something that can't be kept order of anymore. And they will be laid down with the wave of a hand. I'm going to tell you something, man. And I'm going to wrap this up right here. I'm going to tell you what you're dealing with. On the outside of me. The being, I got 4 minutes, and that's just enough time. The beings that you're dealing with. Imagine something 7 or 8 feet tall, give or take, but bigger than that. But in your world, being forced to look like a certain thing for reasons of understanding and perspective and communication. Okay? Now, one of these angels have a greenish tint to their skin. They have symbols, not like tattoos, but like they're burned into their necks. The other one has an orangish type of tint to his skin. And they stand in the sky and they look down as if they're standing on glass. And they look down and they see the cities and they see them. This is the perspective from which they laid all of those men down. And up above them, their eye was, looking down at them as they did their work. And they laid every last one of them down with one wave of the hand. So, people, choose your sides. Good people and want to be good people. Scared people want to be good people. If you're scared, then that means that you want to be good. You just ain't found your way there yet. If you still feel fear rather than anger, that's because you're still alive. There's some part of you left that still got sense. If this was another experience, I would say walk toward the light. No. You're still alive. Keep battling. Keep fighting. It can't hold you forever. But it's going to try because you're all it has. Understood? You're all it has. A discombobulated spirit is just a discombobulated spirit. It can do nothing, absolutely, positively nothing other than scare you. It needs a body, fingers, toes, eyes, ears. Which brings me to my last point. There was someone who I cared deeply about, and they were standing in front of me, and they were angry as hell. And I had this dresser with all kinds of stuff on it, and shit went flying off the dresser with their hands. They're angry, and I'm sitting in the bed. I mean, I'm actually chilling. Shit is flying off the dresser. If it was up there, it went flying. Books, pictures, a vase, cocoa butter. I mean, whatever was up there went flying. But as she's doing this, I have an epiphany. I'm a horror movie fan. I'm a fucking horror movie fan. I can tell you, I've read every Stephen King book, every Dean Koontz novel. I got you on all of that. But as she's doing this, I had an epiphany because I had seen on horror movies shit fly off of shelves, shit fly off of tables. The only thing different was this one had hands. That's it. A fucking epiphany. It all made sense. This is what they would do if they could get in a body. You get it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And you should be paying me money for this shit. Somebody owes me money. Now I'm going to start walking into places of and establishments of food and just looking for free shit. I'm not going to ask them anything. I'm just going to stare at the food before I reach for my wallet. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1.